Peter and Dawn Williams have made a number of big moves during their illustrious career. Today, we're here at Biley Park to talk about the move into retirement and reflect on an incredible career. Here we go. Get comfy. Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure.
I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, hope it turns out all right.
Of course it will. I guess the big question is, what led to the decision for you guys to step away?
Old age?
Old age, one thing?
Yeah.
We just felt it was probably their time now.
I always said to Peter, I just don't want to be in this industry when I'm too old.
I just felt that we were relying on a lot more people than we needed to, than what we're used to. We used to sort of do everything ourselves, but now as you get older, there's things that I know that I can't do, that I like doing, but I couldn't do. And I just feel that you get to a stage where you're thinking, well, I used to be able to do this and I can't do it now. And that's what used to play in the back of my mind.
You're pretty experienced with big moves because you made the big transition up from the South Island to the North Island in 2011. Tell me about that. Was that hard at the time? Was it a difficult decision?
The earthquake had a fair bit to do with it. I couldn't see Christchurch repairing itself very easily, and I knew the racing side was going to be quite hard down here. Then we had Shuka in the stable, Plant Rock. She just won the 1,000 guineas. And I had 3 or 4 maidens that I thought went quite good, and I said, well, we're going to go, now's the time to do it. So within a couple of weeks they decided to move. And it was nothing against the South Island, it was just that I couldn't see it repairing itself that quick. And I had these horses that I thought were good enough to win big races. They were going to have to be in the North Island, so why not be up here? And within a couple of months, like we turned up here with 5, and I think within 2 or 3 months we had a full stable. So we were very well patronised. But probably in saying that, Colin Gillings had just retired, and I was good mates with Colin, and he pushed a lot of his clients my way, which we've still got today. And Colin was a big help to us up here. He used to come out the stables and potter away, and if we had to go anywhere for a holiday or something, Colin would come and look after the team. So he was a pretty good substitute. He got the odd dollar too, they tell me. You know, Colin was good. But you know, back in the day, a big help to me was Royce Dowling. He was a big help. He taught me a lot. Colin was just a great trainer. Where Royce was a better horseman. Royce could do their teeth, he could do their backs, he could do shoeing, he could do everything. Like, he's a real tradesman. He was like a second father to me. And still is a great friend to this day.
Closing 200 to go, Darius Fun, Sea Swift winding up the two of them. Darius Fun still in front, Sea Swift going after it, the South Islander. Sea Swift's too good's going to win the cup, won it by 3 parts.
Tell me about Sea Swift and what this horse did for you.
She turned up at our place, she was a wish-washy little chestnut. Had 2 shoes on, 2 shoes off. And I said, I don't know what we're going to do with this one. Anyway, it turned out to be Sea Swift, and it turned out to be the horse that gave us a real go.
By gave us a go, what do you mean by that?
Well, I had a third racing share in her, and then when we worked out that the potential was, you know, especially the staying potential, she was by Orc out of Gay Diner, and we actually bought a farm with the money we made out of her.
Wow.
In Ashburton, 100 acres, yeah.
There's been a number of other horses that have been incredible over your career. Are there any moments that sort of stand out to you on the track that will sit with you forever?
Yeah, for sure, yep. Loader was an amazing horse, like the turn of foot he had. Well, he won 2 Group 1s the railway and the telegraph in a very good time.
Loader's coming home and it's gone whoosh and it's all over the railway.
Here he goes. Loader gets another Group 1. He's brilliant. Loader too good.
He looked like a stayer and raced like a stayer, but he was a very fast horse.
And Shooker, another really important one for you?
Well, he is for me. He was my favourite. We had him right from a yearling. I used to ride him track work. When he came up here, I rode him a couple of times. I rode for a little bit when we first arrived here and then retired. But yeah, he was an amazing horse. And then he retired and went back down to the South Island and just lived his days out on the farm. Yeah.
And what about for you, Peter? Is there a moment on the track that really stands out for you?
Probably my proudest time was winning the big race this year. Put a lot of planning into it, and I always only went to be his fourth run, and everything just worked out perfect. Everything went fine, and which 6 months working into it, and it worked out. So you get that's a big achievement, when you get that, because there's a lot of things that go wrong in betweens, but that particular planning, nothing went wrong the whole way through.
Desert Lightning's got them in all sorts. Legato second from in third spot is Rudyard, but Desert Lightning, he is brilliant. Desert Lightning ran them into the deck.
There was a bit of pressure that year though, wasn't there? I said to Peter, we're not going to go out losers, so you have to get off your ass. We need to train another Group 1, win a decent race, and maybe even win one in Australia before we, retire. So we basically did the bucket list, except for the Australian bit.
Peter and Dawn Williams from Barley Park get the win in the Olston Park Aotearoa Classic on top of the Group 1 win at his last start.
No stable can operate without owners, and you've had some incredibly loyal and supportive people over the years. Can you name any names and special relationships that you've come across over your time training?
Well, Eric Parr's been an amazing person to us. He's our accountant, plus he raced Parr Bloodstock, and Shuka was one of his better horses. And I rung him up the other day, he was actually in Australia, and I said, you were there when we opened our business, so you're going to help us get out of our business.
Yeah.
So basically he started us, now we're ending it, and he's just been an amazing guy. And without a good accountant, your business is, you really need a very good accountant, and he's been marvellous.
Look, there's too many to mention, but I respect all of them that over the years, in their own way, they've all had a lot to do with us, and a lot to do with their success over the years.
I wanted to talk about the training partnership, because what's it like working with your spouse so closely?
Very hard. Back in the day it used to get a bit heated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's marriages though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Bit of give and take.
Yeah.
Got to give and take.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of that.
Could you have done it with anybody else?
Definitely not.
No, we both help each other. And I know when I'm not there, their eyes are there. And she knows when I'm away, I'm doing my best. And we both have faith in each other.
Just the respect, I think. We've always respected each other, so I mean that's the big thing in life. If you haven't got that, you've got nothing.
When I think of Peter and Dawn Williams, I always think they've always got a good horse around them. Is that something you've really focused on during your career? Is there an element of luck to that? Your amazing training obviously goes a long way. Tell me a little bit about always being surrounded by a good horse.
Peter's good at picking them at the sales. Very, very good. Very good at looking at a young horse and seeing the future in it, seeing what it's going to grow into. So he's done exceptionally well with the small team that we've had, and hence we've basically have had a reasonable 3-year-old every year.
Peter, that brings up a bit of emotion in you. Dawn's proud of what you've achieved.
Yeah. You actually don't think much about it until we sit here and talk about it, and because I'm not one to talk about what I've done, I just doesn't interest me, you know. I always look forward to the future. And I've always sort of won today, but you got to worry about the one tomorrow, you know. And I do get emotional. I've always been an emotional person. I can't help it. They call me Peter Paddle at home. But can't help it. That's the way it is.
You've both done a lot of hard work over the years to get to where you are, and you're heading into a new phase of your life with maybe not quite so much hard work. What does the future hold? What are you looking forward to doing that you haven't been able to do?
Find a daughter a job.
Good on you. Yeah.
There's a couple of things that I want to do. I suppose Dawn will make sure I get out and do something, because whatever it is, I don't know. But we're going to have a couple of months off and just live the life of luxury, and then we'll go from there. We've got a lot of friends down there. Well, we think we have. We'll find out. But there's people we want to catch up with, and a lot of old mates I trained for down there have still got their farms, and I would just go for a drive and say we're coming down to stay the weekend and things like that. And so that's what I want to do, catch up with people we haven't caught up with for years. Because in this industry you get too busy and you do forget people. Well, you don't forget them, but you just haven't got time to worry about what they're doing. But it's I've got a few mates down there, I've got a few plans for me, so so that's what I'm going to be doing.
I'll just reflect. For a couple of months, I'll just think I'd like to do some voluntary work, like even like for the riding for the disabled or something like that. You know, just put back into things. But yeah, I'll certainly do something, and whether it's work as well, I'll just see.
Will you miss it? Will you miss being hands-on with the horses and working as trainers?
Oh, definitely. You've got to, after how many years? 40-something years. You've got to miss it. Yeah, just that hands-on, being around them is something that you really will miss.
You do it for the love of the horse.
Yeah.
Without them, there's nothing, is there?
Exactly.
No, and that's you know, it's the horse that actually is the one that's the one that carries racing. Because without a good horse, or without any horse, you haven't got a race. So people won't understand that sometimes. I think people think them bigger than the game, but they're not. No, the horses are amazing animals. What I'll probably miss is going down and patting them over the box door at night and telling them they're good horses. So you're doing well, you got to do better. They're like your kids, and there all the kids are gone. So it's just me down here and the dog. It'll be weird driving out the drive for the last time.
Yeah, that will be the thing. When we first decided, there was a few tears and, you know, on and off, and it was like, oh God. Yeah, but now sort of reality's kicked in and it's fine, and now I just want to get going.
And we're going to miss it, and we will, don't worry about that, but we've got to look after ourselves.